So some of the things you want to look for when you are walking an apartment complex, I'm going to put my sunglasses on here. It's a little bit bright out here today. Fall weather has finally arrived, but when you're walking a property and doing your initial due diligence, now you want to get, generally I like to get the LOI accepted before I go travel and walk a property. I don't like to walk a property until after the LOI is accepted. Generally I like to have the purchase contract at least in the negotiation stage before I go walk a property, so you're not wasting a bunch of time, energy, and effort when the deal is going to fall through. But what do you look for when you're walking a property? Well, generally you want to look around the surrounding area. What do the houses look like? What do the amenities look like? What are the shopping, schools, things like that? You want to look at the surrounding area in general and get a good feel for it. When you're on the property itself, you want to take a look at it structurally. You want to evaluate the building, the heat pumps, the parking lot. What does the parking lot condition look like? The curbs, landscaping, the building itself. What does the traffic in the property look like at different hours? You want to be here in the morning, you want to be here in the middle of the day, you want to be here at night, after work. And you want to see what the tenant mix looks like. And that's really the only way to know, is by walking that property and taking a look at it. What do the vehicles look like? Are there kids' toys out? Is the place clean? As you can see behind me here, the heat pumps are newer. The siding was just replaced, but even though they replaced the siding, I'm going to get a little bit closer. So this community here, it has done some renovations that I'm looking at, but there are some that aren't. So I'm going to go get a little closer look here, and we're going to come up here. And behind me, so the siding was done, heat pumps were replaced, and behind me here you can see a window. So the windows and doors have not been replaced, but the siding and shutters and things like that have. So those are the types of things you want to look at. You want to just take a deep look. What are the condition of the windows? What do the gutters look like? What does the structure of the building look like? What do the amenities look like? The common areas, the garden style apartment here. Got some bicycles around, so you can see that there are kids and families here, things like that. So you want to take a deeper look when you're walking a property at things. The sidewalks, are they in good condition? Is there roots from trees undermining sidewalks and building foundations, things like that? Are the meter bases up to code? Has that been taken care of? Heat pump situations, what do they look like? All the connections, things like that. And then of course you start looking at fire, life, safety, things like that. Do they have all of the proper sprinkler systems, alarms, carbon monoxide detectors where needed, as needed, things like that. Generally overall landscaping, storm water, runoff, things like that. Roof, obviously, are the big items: roofing, siding, windows, doors, things like that, your mechanicals, and then your common areas. But those are just some of the little things. And of course you want to get into every single unit. You don't want to take anything for granted. You don't want to assume everything is what it says it is. You want to take a deeper dive into everything and make sure that you take into account everything that you could possibly imagine. Get yourself a checklist, use it, so when you're doing a walkthrough you don't forget anything. Take your time, visit it multiple days, multiple times a day, and talk to some of the residents when you're out here. Ask them how they like it, what they think about the area, how long they plan on staying, things like that. So there is no supplement for thorough due diligence. It is incumbent upon you, especially if you're bringing investors in the deal. You want to make sure you know it intimately, every square inch of the building and the property, and exactly what needs to be done, what has been done, and so you can be able to answer the questions and know that you have a good deal or not.